Hey guys, welcome to CG Off-Road. We recently just installed the TeraFlex Falcon Sport hauling and towing suspension kit in our 2016 F-150, and I know a lot of people want to see how it actually drives in real-world conditions. So in this video, we're going to show you how the truck drives with the factory suspension, and then we're going to take a drive in it with the Falcon suspension and see how it does on the road, off-road, and with towing. All right, we are now driving the F-150 with the Falcon suspension installed. And I've put a couple miles on it so far, and right off the bat you can tell it is a little bit stiffer than the factory suspension. There's a little bit more feedback in the steering wheel. You just feel things in the road a little bit better, which I love. Like, I'm an enthusiast and I love feedback and being able to feel everything, so I actually like that. Some people may not, but I do like the feedback and being able to feel a little bit more in the steering wheel. When you hit the brakes, it nosedives a lot less than the factory suspension. Keeps the truck a lot more level and controlled, so it doesn't just nosedive when you slam on the brakes. And we're going down the highway like 60 miles an hour right now. A couple bumps in the road. It's not uncomfortable. You're not bouncing all over the place. You just have a little bit more feedback in the steering wheel, and it gives you a sense of control on what's going on. But it's not uncomfortable at all. All right, we are making our way to go off-road in this truck. We're off the back roads now, and we're on to kind of like a rock road, access trail kind of thing. We're making our way to actually go off-road. So this is kind of a good in-between, and we're gonna see how the truck does on this. So far, it's been doing pretty good. We'll do a little bit higher speeds here to kind of like simulate what the Raptor's about, because the suspension is actually supposed to kind of be comparable to the Raptor, or some people think it might even be better than the Raptor or just as good. So that's what the Raptor is all about, going high speeds on rough terrain. So we're gonna be trying to do this on this road, and so far it's driving really well. Like, you feel in control and it's not super harsh. I was expecting it to be a lot more harsh since this is a stiffer setup, but just the way it's reacting to everything, it's actually doing really good. So we'll hit some rocks right here, and it's actually doing really well. That's way softer than I was expecting. All right, so we're definitely taking this thing off-road now. We have a quite rough trail right here with almost like a ramp at the end. It's got some mud, sticks, and bumps. This will be a really good test for the truck. I'm gonna take it slow going out this way, but on the way back, we're gonna do a bit higher speed, kind of like what the Raptor is made for, Baja Racing, high-speed off-road. So we're gonna go pretty quick on the way out and see how this thing does. And already right now, it is a very rough trail, but you have full control. Like, it's feeling really good.
Yeah, full control.
Yeah, I mean,
we're upside down now.
And like, it is very bumpy. It's a bumpy trail with dips and jumps and all that, but it's not harsh. It absorbs everything really well. So let's do this at a bit of a higher speed and see how it feels. Oh yeah. This is awesome. Full control. Bit of a jump there, but that was awesome. Matt from CG Off-Road also joined us today. He's over here in his JL trying to practice his articulation and flexing over here. Not sure if you can see in this shot, but we'll probably show you in another shot. But where we're going to be going, the big dip right there, I believe with the factory suspension, we had a little bit of a ground clearance issue. Now that this truck is leveled, we lifted the front up a little bit. We have more ground clearance, so that should really help out with not bottoming out right here. So let's give it a shot and see how we do. Don't have traction in the rear, but I don't think we have a ground clearance problem. Oh yeah, like a champ. Let's do it again. Get a little bit of a flex going on here. Oh yeah, like nothing. So this area was pretty simple. Why don't we go further down the road here and go to something a little bit more difficult for this truck? What do you say? All right, we're just going down some rocks here. This truck was able to do all this last time on the stock suspension, but I just feel like with the Falcon suspension, it just feels more capable and it's not as harsh. You know, the ground clearance helps out a little bit, but I feel more confident with this upgraded suspension. It just feels better. All right, so we're gonna go up this steep hill right here. I'm sure the camera does not do it justice, but it is pretty steep, and I think this is where the added ground clearance will really help out. Up towards the top, gets a little sketchy, and I think that ground clearance will really help out up at top. Oh yeah, beautiful.
What do you think, Freddy?
I think it's great. This truck is very capable now. I mean, it was capable in stock form, but this suspension just made it even better, more controlled, and gives me a lot more confidence when driving around stuff like this. All right, that was a lot of fun. This truck is handling like an absolute champ on and off the road. I'd put it up there with our Raptor. This thing is just doing really good off-road. It gives you a lot more confidence with the suspension kit. It makes it a lot more controllable too. But the real star of this kit are the rear shocks. So let's put a trailer on this truck and see how it tows. With this enclosed trailer and stock suspension on our F-150, it obviously had too much tongue weight, and going down the road, it was very bouncy. When you hit bumps, the rear of the truck just kept bouncing and floating like we were a boat in the ocean. On the highway, we really couldn't go over 55 miles per hour. Anything higher than that, then the rear would start to sway and become very unstable and unsafe. With the Falcon suspension installed and positioned into setting 3, the rear of the truck was much more stable. There was still some bouncing because of all the tongue weight, but it was significantly reduced, giving you more control and making the whole towing experience more enjoyable and giving you more control and confidence. On the highway, we were actually able to go about 10 miles an hour faster before the rear end started to sway and become unstable. All right, guys, so there you go. We definitely put this TeraFlex Falcon suspension kit through its paces. It did really good on the road, and it did absolutely amazing off-road. We absolutely beat the crap out of this thing, took it like a champ, and we had that big, heavy trailer on this truck. And with the factory suspension, it drove like absolute crap with that thing, but the Falcon suspension made it a whole lot safer and drive a whole lot better. Overall, this kit is absolutely amazing. I would definitely recommend it for your F-150. It's a really good bang for your buck upgrade. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. If you want to check out the suspension kit, we'll have a link in the description down below, and we'll see you next time. We hope you enjoyed this video. To subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the link right here. And for more videos like this one, check out this playlist.